Go and get a real job, you fucking layabout. If you're an independent musician and you've heard that kind of thing before, go get a real job, I'll get you a 9 to 5, go contribute to bloody society, mate. Fuck all them lot. Alright, because they don't know what they're talking about. You can make a proper good living from busking and you can get really amazing opportunities. Let me just tell you a quick story. I started busking at the age of 17. I was still at school at the time and I started making enough money where I thought, I'm going to drop out of school. I continued busking. I said to my mum, look, I will prove to you that this was a good idea. I will go busking as much as possible and I will show you that I can make money. And my mum, eventually, she came around to the idea that I wasn't going to school anymore and that I was doing busking. I was pursuing music as a career, which for any parent is a fucking worry. And my idea was to go to Europe and busk my way around Europe, which didn't happen because it was 2020 and as soon as I was there, we all got fucking locked down and I had to go home. So long story short, it was a 1-month trip to Spain, had a great time, but then I came home and lived with my mates. But then, all of a sudden, the lockdowns lifted, I was back out busking, I was making more money than I'd ever made before. I got myself a new Roland Street, well, my dad for my birthday got me a new Roland Street Cube amp. And then guess what happened? September 14th, 2020, I met my girlfriend. I was busking on the street. Bruv, when I tell you, busking can lead to so many different opportunities, I don't just mean music. You meet so many people. I met my actual girlfriend of 4 years busking in Bromley High Street. And we went to Mexico. And when we ran out of money, and we needed to eat food, I whipped out the old guitar, I bought myself a cowboy hat, and I walked around restaurants and that in like Mexico City and the posh places, and I was just singing Despacito. And I'd take my hat off, I was like that, and they'd give me money, bruv. And that's how we afforded to eat. And then I came back to Bromley and I was busking and the council came up to me and they said, hey, we think you should enter Bromley's Got Talent. And I was like, cool. Say less, I'm doing it. Then I went up on stage, I performed, and I fucking won. And from that win, I got my first festival slot. A festival slot which I played again this year. Busking got me a girlfriend, a festival slot twice, multiple gigs, a proper income as a musician, and I'm making a bit of a name for myself in the industry. I mean, obviously I'm still very much grassroots and very much making my way, but I'm no longer busking. And that's not me saying I didn't ever want to busk and all that kind of stuff. I always wanted to stop busking, but I'm saying busking enabled me to book gigs and make money through music. When people tell you that busking isn't a good idea or busking isn't glamorous or whatever like that, bruv, they're lying. They just don't know what they're talking about. A few quick tips for you though, if you are going to busk, check the laws in your local area. For me, you don't need a license, so you can just rock up and start busking. You got to keep it below 80 decibels. Build a good relationship with the local shops and markets. Bro, this is the biggest point. If you get along with everyone, and you're respectful and you're nice and you turn it down when you're asked, they are less likely to complain. I've never had the police called on me, ever. And that's because I think we get along. I'd say if you want to go busking, get yourself a Shure SM58 microphone. If you have just got an acoustic, you can get a little clip-on pickup. I got a clip-on pickup from Seymour Duncan that you just put in your guitar and it turns it into an electric acoustic, which is fucking awesome. It's only 20 quid, so if you can't afford an electric acoustic, it's definitely a really good compromise. Get yourself a Roland Street Cube if you can. It's like 500 quid, but I promise you now that if you're good, it will pay for itself in a matter of maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. And also get yourself an iZettle card reader. Now, I tried a SumUp, but SumUp doesn't have repeat payments, so you have to keep resetting it on your phone every time someone taps, and that just gets in the way of the performance. With iZettle, by the way, not sponsored, you can set up a repeat payment so someone can tap and it will just come up again on the screen, but that will go through. That only works on iPhone though, which I found out the hard way because I got one and for like a year and a half I had a Samsung, so it was just literally fucking useless. Go busking, bruv. For fuck's sake. What's the worst that can happen, mate? You might get a girlfriend and play a festival.